The majority of my collection are Dragon Ball figures. I really like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, all that stuff. And I think one of my favorite villains is Frieza. I just really like him. I think he looks cool. And, there's Cooler. And he's just cooler. Back when I started my collection, I did not collect figuarts. They were way out of my price range. Uh, Unfortunately, that's back when I thought $60 was like a really, really, really big amount of money for action figures compared to the prices that we're getting now. But anyways, I've had this cooler since the start of my collection. And I always thought he looked awesome. I never saw any problem with Dragon Stars until I started collecting figuarts. Now, a lot of them I really don't have a problem with, but this cooler here is a bit different. I always thought that the Dragon Stars cooler looked perfect, and that the figuarts wouldn't be much better besides better articulation and accessories. But with every Dragon Ball character, when I started getting into figuarts, I wanted the figuarts. And I always thought that figuarts had more of a variety of characters, which I guess isn't too false compared to Dragon Stars. But I really wanted the figuarts cooler, so I started looking for him. And Aftermarket was not nice, because I guess he retailed for a lot. But then Premium Bandai announced this whole event that they were going to be doing where a ton of older figures would come back. And Tamashii Nations prior to that have been doing votes on what Dragon Ball figures would get re-released. So by the time the Premium Bandai event came along, it was announced that it would be cooler and it would be Broly. And I was okay with that. I mean, I didn't want to get Broly, but Cooler is one of the ones I voted for, so I was like, I'll pre-order Cooler. Now, other than those two, they announced how Beast Gohan and all these other, like, really cool figures were going to be re-released. And I really don't know, because I wasn't looking for any of those, so I don't know how that worked. But a lot of people say that they weren't able to get any of the figures, and that they sold out, like, instantly. And that could just be them selling out instantly, or none of them went up. I really don't know. I didn't look into that. The important part of that story is I pre-ordered the cooler. So how about we get that guy on the screen? Like all Premium Bandai exclusives, he's gonna come in the nice brown shipper. And I've gotten only a few things off Premium Bandai, including this, be about 3. So, I have to say, this shipper is huge. It is absolutely enormous. So now he is finally out of the shipper. So now we can just take him out of his box and review him. And after seeing him out of the shipper, I was really surprised. I was only surprised because, like I said earlier, I couldn't think of a way they could make the anime heroes better based off looks. After looking at the both of them together, I can confidently say that the figuarts destroys the anime heroes in every way possible. You can also tell just by looking at the two which one looks better. There's actually quite a few proportional differences between the two of them. One of the main differences is that the figuarts is buff, but the anime heroes is just kinda skinny. Another big difference I see are in the legs. While the anime heroes one, the legs are skinnier but longer. But for the figuarts, they're a bit shorter and buffer, obviously. The same thing can be said for the head sculpt. While the anime heroes head sculpt is a bit taller and skinnier, but the figuarts is a bit shorter and wider. And the main difference between the two is they are completely different colors. It's obviously clear which one I like more. But another difference between the two are the articulation. Since this review so far has been kind of a comparison, I'm going to do a brief review of the anime heroes articulation. Then I will do a review of the figuarts. So anyways, the anime heroes head can look up that much and look down a lot more, but still only looks up that much. The arms go up that far because of the shoulder pads. Is a bicep swivel. The arms go a full 360. The elbows bend about that much, and of course his hand moves like every other figure. He really does not have an ab crunch, but his diaphragm is pretty good. His legs kind of kick sideways, and he can basically do the full splits. His leg only bends that much. His foot moves, no toe joint on either of them. And then his tail can move too. It goes up that much. And then it can spin around. Yeah, and that's his articulation. Want to see which one has the best articulation? This absolute beauty over here. He looks up not too much, but further than the other one, and looks down way more. His arm goes up even further. Oh boy. His arm goes up even further because the shoulder pad can move, which is really nice. His arm also can go the full 360. Bicep swivel. Arm bends more, definitely more, and then of course his hand articulates. His butterflies go forward this much. It's not a lot because of his armor. And then on the back, pretty sure they go slightly further, but not by much because of his armor again. He has a very nice ab crunch. And still a nice diaphragm. His legs don't necessarily go out, but they kick up that far. Kick back that far due to his butt. This one, actually, has thigh swivel. And the legs bend more than the other one. The foot moves, and like I said, no toe joint. So yeah, it is definitely obvious which one beats the other one in the articulation part of it. Now, as for accessories, the Anime Heroes only comes with 2 open hands, and of course a fist, and nothing else. So we can just take this guy out of the race. This cooler comes with a lot more, even though it's not very much, but I think a lot of the price went into the figure itself than the accessories. Cooler comes with 2 feet, where the toes are kind of like grabbing like a monkey. Cooler comes with 2 of each, this kind of grappling hand and this open hand. And then Cooler comes with a pointing finger and a face with his mask off. Now this is the end of Cooler's accessories, but since I got the reissue, I got this display base. Now, you gotta plug your own stand into it. I wish it came with its own stand, but it's no big deal. It looks really cool. Before we end this review, how about we do some size comparisons? There is Cooler next to Teen Gohan. He's as tall as his leg. Here is Cooler next to Goku. Here is Cooler next to Luffy. Here is Cooler next to Bone Crusher. Here is Cooler next to Asuka. Here's Cooler next to the Ultimate Life Form. And for no specific reason, here's Cooler next to a younger version of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now I ask, is he worth it? And if I really think about it, I would say, yeah, he is worth it. Now, I don't think he's worth $200, $300 or whatever aftermarket prices are. But I think for his retail price, I would say he's worth it. I think, though, if you are like, you have more of a budget, I would say that the Anime Heroes one definitely is pretty good for an Anime Heroes. But the Figuarts one is just better. Just like most Figuarts compared to Anime Heroes. So anyways, I'm DowboyZB. This is the SH Figuarts 40th Anniversary Dragon Ball Z Cooler. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.